Hello there and welcome to this society event. Par 4, first hole as we start our day today. Cork that first drive into the fairway and we'll take it from there. All right, first drive is away. Have a good round. And just in a light rough at the moment. Decent approach there. All right, good luck here. You've got 22 feet to go. This one's got a pretty steep left to right break. Oh, sliding by. This one's for par. Okay, let's see what the next hole has for us. And you're at even par. And the second hole, we have a par 4. Let's go. I'm having that. All right, what do we got here? Looking like about 165 to the pin. Really well judged approach there. Here's a 9-foot putt. That's going to bring it down to 1 under par. Got a headwind blowing in our face on this one. Oh, a little bit long, possibly. Okay, and guess what? You wound up on the green, and I probably got you all worried for nothing, so for that I apologize. Here we go. This drops, and you got a bird. Well done from there. Maybe next one will drop. This putt's about 6 feet. And you're currently sitting at 1 under for the day. And now we're teeing up on the 4th. And the fairway does tilt away from us. A bit of a downslope up at the landing area. Ooh, that drive had some mustard on it. Well, looking at an elevated green on the approach here. Yeah, this one might have too much on it from the rough. Yeah, that'll work. Nice approach. Okay, this one's 19 feet.
I think we got a left to right break here.
Looking good so far?
Still going good. Oh, yes, that'll go down. Nicely done.
And after that hole, you'll go down to 2 under. Okay, time for the 5th hole. It's a par 4. There we go. That's looking good. Look at that thing fly, just screaming. And this one is around 80 yards from the pin. And with this approach, you got to be careful with that downslope around the pin. This one could get away from you. You'll be all right there. Here's a putt from 19 feet. I think this is going to go right to left. Well, this one's looking good so far. Oh yeah, getting better. And 3 under par for the day. That wind is picking up, blowing left to right on this one. Well, it's too bad. Here's our second shot on this 6th hole. Setting up here now for our 3rd shot. You could go to 4 under if this goes down.
It looks like this one's breaking right to left.
And that one drops for your 4th birdie of the day. I'm liking that.
Okay, 7th hole is a par 4.
Yeah, that's unlucky. And here's our second shot on the 7th. Hey, I'm liking this. You're hitting lots of greens, it seems. This putt is for birdie. And as that drops, that marks down your 5th birdie so far today. Okay, careful out there. We got a tailwind. Approach shot worked out just fine. Good luck here. 18 feet to the cup.
This one's going up the hill and to the left.
Yikes, that went right by.
And this is for your par.
And right now you are at 5 under.
Okay, on to the 9th, and we got a par 5 on this one.
You just launched that. Who do you think you are, Bulk Brogan?
Ooh, this could be trouble. Needs to hold on to the fairway.
All right, and that one will indeed just barely get into this first cut. This one could get to the green, needs some legs. Good job with that chip shot. And wouldn't it be nice to save par here? And after that one, you're 5 under par. And now let's see what happens here on the 10th. Okay, let's check our distance twice. There's a bit of an upslope around the pin. We want to be careful of that. And this should be a fun watch. Let's see how you do with this long, long putt. This one's looking decent. Liking how it's turning out.
And it drops. Well done. Fantastic putt.
And you are looking at a 6 under at the moment. Now we head to the 11th. We have a par 3 ahead of us. Nice shot. That'll do. This one's around 15 feet away. And this one's, I think, going left to right. Oh. And drop this one in for your par. And after that one, you're at 6 under. All right, 12th hole, par 4. Let's have a good drive. Well, I hope this one holds on to the fairway. All right, unfortunately, that wouldn't stay in the fairway for you. We're in the first cut. Yeah, if you sink this, you could save par. And after that one, you're at 6 under. And now we tee this one up on the 13th hole. Nice swing onto that one. And setting up here from an elevated position. And this one is from way, way out. This putt's going left to right pretty hard. Ouch, right by the hole. Here's what you're looking at for birdie. Wonderful work out there so far. That's your 7th birdie on the day. And right now, you're 7 under for the day. And teeing off now in a long par 4.
Oh, you just smashed that.
And this one's around 140 yards to the pin. Come on, kick left. We're on the green with that one. Well done. Okay, 13 feet to the hole. And I think this one's breaking pretty hard, right to left. Just missing the birdie. Good job tapping her in for par. 7 under par after that hole. And now the 15th hole. We got a par 3 here. Oh, how are you? Setting this one up about 8 feet out. Birdies everywhere. 8th birdie of the day for you. Great work. And after that one, you're sitting at 8 under. Okay, 16th hole. This one's a par 5. Sweet. Well, that's just fine golf playing there. That's on the green in under regulation. Well done. This one for eagle. Oh! And 5 feet left to go. Nice work out there. That's your second birdie in a row. Okay, 9 under is current score. And we got a par 4 in front of us, not too long either. All right, good luck. Second shot here on the 17th. Here we go. Drop this one for birdie. Okay, after that one, you're sitting right there at 10 under. And now the 18th hole. This one's a par 4. Nicely struck. And we're about 130 yards to the pin from here. Oh, your approach is heading left. This is what our third shot's looking like. About 17 feet to the cup. I think this one's going to go a bit to the left. Oh! This putt's around 5 feet away. And that is all she wrote today for you, dropping that last putt in there for bogey. All right, 9 under par is the score at the end of this round for you. It's a job well done. Well, that is all she wrote for me. I had an enjoyable time ripping around the links with you today. See you next time.
Hey there, hope you're doing great. Because I certainly am. My name is John McCarthy, and I would like to welcome you to PGA Tour 2K25. This is going to get good.
Starting the day off with a nice par 4. Let's start this round with a bang. Put that one out there in the fairway.
Whoa, got a hold of that one. Just raw power unleashed there.
And we're about 135 to the pin.
I like it. I like what you did there.
Looks like we could have a birdie on this hole. Currently sitting at 1 under par. That wind is going right to left out there. Drive's looking good.
Woo! Look at that fly.
Here's our second shot on hole number 2. This could be good. This one's just a 3-footer.
Just a short putt, but moving right to left.
That putt will drop, and that's your second birdie in a row. Let's get on a streak here. Let's see what happens here on the 3rd hole. That's safe. About a dozen feet to the hole from here. This one looks like it starts off straight, then goes a bit to the left. So good. And after that hole, you are now 3 under par. And now the par 4 4th hole. And this next one coming out of the rough stuff. That green slopes away from us a little bit. Got to be careful we don't go too far. Come on, be the right club. Well, that'll play pin high for us. Okay, here's your putt for birdie. And that drops for your 4th birdie of the day. And after that one, you're sitting at 13 under par. And here we go. Fifth hole is a par 4. So far, so good for this one. And this one's around 160 yards out. Little play. This one's 7 feet away. Well done out there. That's your 5th birdie on the day. And sitting at 14 under par after that hole. Wind is blowing right to left on this one. Okay, from the rough. This one's coming flying out of the rough. All right, that one's on the green. We're going to focus on the positives and just worry about that extremely long putt in a little bit. All right, this next putt drops and you'll get your eagle. Ooh. Great work out there on the course today. Birdie number 6. And clocking in at 15 under par at the moment. Okay, 7th hole is a par 4. And we're setting up about 120 yards out. Good luck here. I would love to see us sink this one. It's a big one. This putt's moving uphill and to the right. Oh, this one's starting out okay. All right, you did most of the work. And just inches to the hole. All right, we're done that one now. Let's take a peek at the leaderboard, see what's happening. Okay, score is currently clocking in at 6 under par. Wind's blowing right in our face on this one. And the fairway tilts to the left at the landing area. There we go. Great contact. Well, looks like you're a bit off on that approach. Here's our second shot on the 8th. I'm liking that one. Nice chip. If you want to save par on this hole, we got to drop this right here. 15 under par is your score. All right, 9th hole, par 5 coming up. Oh, that's too bad. Hitting into an elevated green, we might need more club. Well, look at you putting for eagle now. That's fine work. Fine work indeed. And that will drop for eagle. And after that hole, you stand at 17 under par. See what you can do here on the 10th hole. And hopefully this one's nice and safe in the fairway. This one's about 110 from the pin. Good job. We're on the green. Here's a putt from 21 feet away. This putt's going to go downhill, going to break right to left. Ah, no good. And this one's for your par. And you're 8 under par currently. Heads up, wind's blowing left to right here. A little too far to the right on the approach, I think. Great work there. That's a great approach. Okay, 11 feet to deal with. Going up the hill and to the left. Ooh, almost drained that one for the birdie. All right. And after that hole, you are currently 17 under par. Okay, on the tee of the 12th hole, it's a par 4. Well, let's regroup. Nicely done. Had the right club there. All right, here we go. This one for the birdie. It looks like this one's breaking to the left. And that was a nice little birdie. Currently 18 under par. All right, here we go. Par 5 here on the 13th. This one needs to hold on to the fairway. And that will do. We stayed out of the rough, and that's all I currently care about. All right, this one's about 175 from the pin. Here we have a 17-foot putt. This one looks like it's moving a bit to the right here. Oh my, wish I could have given you that one. All right, if you can sink this, snatch a birdie and be on our way. And that's in there for your 8th bird on the day. And you are currently 10 under par. That wind is blowing right to left on this hole. All right, here's our second shot on the 14th. All right, let's see how you do here. 39 feet to the cup. And it looks like this one's going pretty hard right to left. All right, that'll work from that distance. And for the par, and after that one, 10 under. Let's see what happens here on the 15th. And yet another green in regulation for you. 12 feet to go. Well, the putt appears to be online. So good. Oh, lovely shot. And we are working with the tailwind on this hole. Okay, second shot here on the 16th. And there's some fantastic golf putting for eagle. Okay, you have a extremely long putt. I'll put it that way. Let's see what you do. Okay, could be a birdie on the scorecard if you drop this. 12 under par after that hole. Okay, we got a par 4 for the 17th. Oh my goodness, just absolutely striped. Ooh, nice little chip on that one. And that will go. And now to the 18th hole. This one's a par 4. Ooh, came on to that one. Look at it go. Way to go out there, looking good. This is a 9-foot putt. Looks like a right to left break. And the putt will drop. And your round is over. Well, that's it for me. This is where we go our separate ways. Thank you for the round.